Hello everyone, welcome back to Quick Snips with Chris. I don't know if y'all have been counting or if it's just me, but this is our 13th video, which means we're halfway through volume 2! Hooray! Huzzah! Oh, quick snips for Chris and Christopher, cause he's so awesome! He knows everything! I won't amaze you with any more of my singing. Before I reveal the topic of this video, it's time for the actual theme song. I must say, I am feeling very patriotic right now. And not just for Quick Snips with Chris, even though it is absolutely the best show on YouTube and you should definitely subscribe if you haven't done it yet, but also for the good old US of A. One of the main things the United States is known for is their National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And boom! I just so happen to be wearing one of their official shirts. NASA, please don't sue me, I'm just a child! As we've seen in the past few videos, space is a pretty big place. How do we know so much about what's out there if we're all stuck down here? Well, for hundreds of years, humans have been using telescopes to look up at the sky and discover most of the planets and stars that we can see. Well, what happens when we get tired of looking through telescopes and actually want to go out there? How can we reach out and touch the stars when gravity keeps pulling us back down? The answer is really big rockets. Humans have been building rockets and missiles for hundreds of years as well, but no one ever really thought to put a human inside of one. Until something happened. Has your mom ever said,
I just made some fresh pancakes.
But then you said,
I'm not really hungry.
But then your big brother said, I'll race you for it. And then you said,
Hey, no, wait!
Well, the United States had a big brother. A really big brother. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Well, there are a lot of acronyms today. The USSR got a head start in getting rockets to space, so of course, the United States had to catch up. NASA, the United States Space Administration, has had 4 main space missions, or space programs. The Mercury program, the Gemini program, the Apollo program, and the Shuttle program. Each mission had a specific goal that helped pave the way for the next program. The Mercury program started in 1961 after President John F. Kennedy promised to achieve the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth. Just like the planet Mercury, the project was named after the Roman messenger god. But no, the goal of the program wasn't to make it to the planet Mercury. We were just trying to get off the ground and into orbit around the Earth. The main goal of the Mercury program was to see if humans could even survive in space, and also how to get them there. After 25 missions using the REDSTONE and Atlas rockets, the Mercury program was replaced by the GEMINI project in 1964. Gemini means twin in Latin, and the Gemini rocket capsule was designed for 2 people, kind of like twins. Project Gemini was NASA's space mission number 2, and it lasted from 1964 to 1966 with 19 launches on the Atlas II rocket. Well, I guess this program was all about the number 2. The main goals of the Gemini program were to make things work in space. How to help astronauts survive for long periods of time in space. How to help astronauts do a spacewalk outside the spacecraft. How to make 2 spacecrafts connect. How to bring a spacecraft safely back down to Earth. See, all very important things. Then came 1968 and my dad. Well, also the Apollo program. We had orbited around the Earth for long enough. We were ready to go somewhere. Where? I don't know. How about the moon? This is a big step because the moon is over 10 times farther away than the Earth orbit. But we were ready. After 4 missions on the Saturn V rocket, the Apollo 11 landed on the moon. And so what do we do after we get to the moon? We go there again! After Apollo 11, there were 5 more missions to the moon, collecting rock samples, exploring the moon, and leaving behind landmarks. The Apollo program was named after the Roman god of the sun, which is kind of confusing, but we don't have to deal with that right now. Then, from 1981 to 2011, there was the Shuttle program. No, the shuttle isn't named after any Roman god of shuttles or anything. It's literally a spacecraft to shuttle people to space. A lot of people. A space shuttle could hold 7 astronauts, more than any other spacecraft. The 6 space shuttles, Enterprise, Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour, were used to carry people and big things like satellites from Earth to space stations orbiting the Earth. Most importantly, these shuttles look different from all the other spacecraft because they could be used over and over again. It took over $1 billion to launch a Saturn V rocket from the Apollo program, and that could only be used once. It only cost $500 million to launch a space shuttle. That's still way more money than I'll ever have. So there you have it. NASA's 4 main space missions were the Mercury program, the Gemini program, the Apollo program, and the Shuttle program. But wait a minute, the Shuttle program ended in 2011. What's happening now? Well, as of 2023, NASA's 5th space program has just launched. No pun intended. Well, actually, it was intended. This new program is called Artemis, named after Apollo's sister. Wait a minute, what does this mean? We're going back to the moon! Will we get there? You tell me. I know as much as you do. We'll just have to wait and find out. Until then, I'll see you next time.